Okay, so I take the one nail and I'm holding it with my finger here, and the other nail and I'm holding it with my finger here, so that we're spreading out the pads. And then you're going to take the number 10 blade. I'm using the cordless, but you put the number 10 blade on. And then you're basically just going to scoop it in this motion. And you can get right under the pad. It's not going to hurt them, and just follow it. And you're not pushing overly hard, just a little bit. And then let go of his nails. So again, take the feet and you're pushing fairly hard so that I'm bringing the nails right up, so that I'm spreading it out. And scooping motion, starting basically at the pad. You can put it right on the pad, and then you're just scooping down, and you can go from one side and then do the other side. On the back, on the front legs, just hold it up, take the two nails, pull them back, scoop on one side, scoop on the other side. And just let the clippers do it, like follow it. You're not jamming, you're not going to go straight in like this. You're kind of doing that scooping motion, so you're coming up on the pad. Then same thing with the 10 blade. Just lift them up. This is the flap of skin that I'm talking about, that you got to be careful. So if you're going to do the groin, just kind of get the hair out of the way so you can see. Usually if you go out like this, you're not going to catch it. And same thing, you're following the line of the skin. And then once you can see what you're doing, you just kind of come up. You don't want to go up over top of that flap of skin. Same thing, you can come out this way. I'm just doing it lightly. You don't want to push hard in here because the skin's really sensitive. Mocha, stop it. And that's it. That's good enough for that. And then when you're doing, same thing with the 10 blade, to do the face, just know where his eye starts so that you can see that the corner of his eye right here. Mocha, stay. And then you're doing that scooping motion. You're going to do right here at the corner. And then you're going to come on this side. If you're nervous about it, just use your scissors. And that's all that you're pretty much doing with the 10 blade. Then you're going to take the 7. Mocha, sit. And you're going to start at the neck right here, and you're going to come down. And if you notice, the angle of my blade is flush this way. I'm not going like this, because you're going to dig it in. It's flush, and you're just basically letting the clippers guide along the body. I'm not pushing hard. I'm just setting it there and coming down. So I'm going to go down the back, and you may have to go over it a couple times to get it smooth. And if you still can't get it smooth and it looks choppy to you, you can take the brush and back brush like this, get all the hair to stand up, and then come down. But it's not necessary. I wouldn't do it unless you have to. But once he's bathed and dried and fluffed, it'll be fine. So then I'm going to come down the sides. Again, this is the flap of skin you want to watch. It starts from here to there. So you can hold it out of your way and just basically come down like this. And you're following the grain of the fur. When I get to this part, for you, you can just put your finger there so that you know where it is and come straight down. You're still going to have like places that are hanging or whatever. So then get to the back leg. Again, following the grain, I'm going to come straight down. You don't have to worry too much about anything in here. When you get to his back end, you can't go right over his butthole, but you can go down. And again, I'm just kind of skimming it to get the hair out of my way so I can see what I'm doing. You want to watch here because where they got fixed, it's usually that flap of skin where they got their neutered or whatever. So, and then when I'm doing the front of the legs, again, that piece of skin is flappy from about here. So just start here and come down. And same thing, I'm not pushing hard, I'm just letting the clippers glide over whatever. I mean, I can do this, but I know what I'm doing, so. And then when you do the inside, you need to be able to see what you're doing. So tilt your head, lift his legs up. And then you're just coming up like this. And again, it's not hard. You're just kind of letting the blade guide you. You're not going to catch anything in here too much. You just want to be careful when you're going in here, this area right there, because it indents in and comes out, that you're not pushing hard, you're just letting it glide over. I just go right to the base of the tail. And that's the back leg. And then when I'm doing the head, mocha, stay. Following the grain. And again, like I have to go over it a few times to get it smooth. If their skin starts pulling like that, where you can pull on the skin and hold it. Anything where there's loose skin that you're not sure, you can pull. Same thing when you're doing the belly. If you're nervous to go in there, under here, pull the skin, and then just glide along it sideways. So then when I'm doing the front paw or leg, you have to watch this flap of skin right here, which basically goes from here to there. If you can't see it, take the scissors and cut it out a little bit or skim. Then when you're coming up, you're following this guide. You're not going along here, so that you're keeping your clippers inside that flap of skin, and that flap of skin is kind of pushing with the clippers. And then I just go straight down. You're not going to catch anything there. Mocha, stay. And then when I'm doing the front of the leg, I'm coming in like this. Again, you're not going to catch anything there. I do the side. When I get to this flap right here, I'm coming straight down, straight down. And when I get to underneath, you want to see where the elbow bone is. You can feel it. You don't want to go past that elbow bone. So you're just going to go like this. The rest you're going to scissor like you normally do. Again, don't do it. I know what I'm doing, but don't do that. And you're going to have sticky outies that you're just going to have to go over with the scissors, like right in here and stuff like that. So you can go right over top of their pads here. You want to watch, I don't know if Putter's got dew claws or not, but when you're coming down, if he's got a dew claw, you can go over it. But again, don't push hard. You're just letting it glide. If you feel anything catch, pull the clippers back, because if you feel resistance, it's usually the dew claw. So then once I got that leg done, I come down. With Putter, you're not going to have to worry too much about loose skin in here, but the best way to do it is to come on an angle like that rather than straight down like this. So you're going to angle like this, angle like this. And then I come straight down to do the chest. Again, you know, there's loose skin in there, so don't even go there. Just come straight down. Stand up. Easiest way is if you're standing up, Mom, rather than sitting down, because then you can see. Now again, I'm coming down in here. So I'm just pulling the skin up taut and going over it. Then when I let the skin go, I've gotten down in here. Again, when I'm doing under the armpits, you want to watch. You can see your skin flap here. So you're going to come up flush with the skin flap. Here's the elbow bone. I'm going to come here. You can come straight down here. Mocha, stop pulling. Stop pulling. And then when I'm coming on the inside of the leg, and move putter to where you can see or where you're comfortable. Like you don't have to go this way. You can go right along here. Don't try to work around him, get him to move so that he's whatever. If you need to switch sides, then turn him around and switch sides. And then when I get to the belly, again, the skin flaps are right here, so I'm not going to go there. I'm just going to come straight down here. I'm going to go here. You can fix up the sides by going here. You're only going to there because then there's these skin flaps. And you can come straight down. Just make sure that that flap isn't, that you're not going over it like this. You're coming along it like that. This side. Can you see the side, hon? Right here. Mocha stick. So again, I'm coming straight down. I can feel where that flap is. I know it's not in my way. I'm coming straight down. And then I lift his leg up and I'm holding my fingers here to straighten his leg out. And I'm coming straight down. Straight down, and you can like angle to the sides. Then I'm going to lift his leg up, and I'm going to follow it straight under. And straight down, and that's pretty much it. And then you're just going to scissor up what's left. Stay. Okay, so and then the scissoring, mocha, is pretty much the same as when you're doing the scissoring, except now you have a guide to go by how short. So you're just going to trim up around the pads. And you're going to have to brush this up and trim that up. And then same thing, brush up here. And you're going to see the guide, so you go on the inside of the leg and straighten that up. And on this end, straighten that up. And then come in and scissor the feet. If it looks uneven, just brush it again and take the scragglies off. Same thing in here. You can brush it up, take the scissors, and you can see where your clipper marks were. When I get to this point, I'll just look. You can pretty much see through the fur now, so you can trim up in there. And then I brush this forward and I even this out. You're going to have to pretty much go over everything with the scissors anyways once you've done it, and just kind of even it out, but don't be too picky. And then when I get to the back paw or the front paw, mocha. Smarten up. brush it up. Look underneath, you're going to see where it's uneven, and just cut the straight line. You can see where his armpit is, so you can trim up in there. And then to do underneath, I'm lower than him, and I'm looking at this angle so that I can see where it's sticking out. You want to watch the pad, because now he's going to be way shorter, so you're going to have to watch where that is, because that you can cut off with the scissors. And then again, I just kind of pull that out. I can see where his skin is, and so I'm going to cut along there. And then I'm brushing out sideways, evening the side out. Evening both sides out here, and then coming up. And my guide is this fur up here is how I'm judging for where I'm cutting right there, so whatever length that is.
What's in this one?
Okay. You don't want any more?
Well, it's the last one.
Oh, is it? Okay. Mocha. If Putter's ears are long, you're going to have to flip him back to keep him out of the way of the clippers, or you'll just cut his ear hair off. Paws are probably going to look a little rough until you get used to it, because the hair is shorter and it's harder to make it look more even when it's shorter, but you can't be too picky. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. He's got a few little sticky outies or whatever, but you're not going to get it super, super short because his nails are in the way. I mean, the only thing you can keep doing is keep brushing. You're going to see where the sticky outies are and go over it. And then brush again and brush again. Oh, that's what I forgot. When you're doing the front or the back legs too, you want to brush like this and come in and do the front and just kind of even it out, whatever sticky outies are hanging there. when you get to the back end, just scissor it. And same with that little piece. If you can feel where that piece of skin is or whatever, and then just cut that off. And that's pretty much it. He's done, other than like a few touch-ups here and there. And like I said, if it's uneven, you can go over it with the clippers. Or you can just scissor it off.